Hello all. In this video, we'll be looking at two problems based on finding electric field from equipotential surfaces. Okay, so this is the first problem. The problem is find the magnitude and direction of electric field for the planar equipotential surfaces shown in figure. You can clearly see there are four planar equipotential surfaces uh, and the corresponding voltages of these surfaces are given. Now, if the equipotential surface is planar, you can say that the field is uniform. Okay, the field is uniform. It's a uniform electric field. Okay. Now, if the other thing that you can say is that electric field lines or electric field is perpendicular to the equipotential surface. So let's say on this particular surface, the electric field lines or the electric field vector would be like this, perpendicular to it, right? Similarly here, and since it is uniform and they are parallel, you can say this is a uniform field, so the electric field on all the equipotential surfaces would be same. So let's calculate the equipotential surface here. Now the idea is, how do we know the direction of equipotential surface? So we got the idea that it is perpendicular. Now what is the direction? It could be along this direction or along this direction. So to answer that question, we just need to look at the potentials. We know that equipotential, the electric field is directed from higher potential to lower potential. So you can see that this direction is, this sense is from lower to higher potential. So this is wrong, and this one is from higher to lower potential. So this is right. Okay. So let me just draw one particular electric field line and use that to calculate the electric field intensity. So I've got the direction of electric field line. And what is the direction of electric field line? What is the direction? If I just draw one, I'll have to erase these. Okay, so let's say this is one of the electric field lines. Now, this has to be perpendicular. This has to be perpendicular to the equipotential surfaces. Okay, so that right there is one electric field line. Okay, or just one electric field vector. Now you can see that this angle is 90 here. This is 90 right here. Now look at this triangle. Look at this particular triangle. Okay, so we'll look at this triangle. Let me draw that triangle again. This is from 10 to 20. This is our equipotential surface right there, and this is our electric field line, direction of electric field line. If I extend that, now what is this angle? This angle, or let me just extend these lines anyhow. This is our x-axis. This is our x-axis. This right here is our equipotential. Oh, sorry. This right here is our electric field line. You can see that this is our electric field line, right? Now, this particular electric field line, as you can see, is making this angle. You can see that this is the angle made with the x-axis. Let's call this theta. Now you can see that this angle given is 30 degrees and this is 90. So this theta is going to be 120 degrees. So we have found the direction of the electric field. Okay, so the direction is 120 degrees with the positive x-axis, or you could say 60 degrees with the negative x-axis. All right, now let's calculate the magnitude of this electric field. If you look at this particular distance. If you look at this distance, sorry, I'll use a thinner arrow. It is 20 minus 10, or it is simply 10 centimeters. It is 10 centimeters, right? Now, the potential difference, you know the formula for potential difference for, in case of uniform field. In uniform field, uniform field, you know that delta V is equal to ED. Okay. Now, what is E? E is the magnitude of electric field, and D is the perpendicular distance. D right here. D is the perpendicular distance between two equipotential surfaces. Okay. So in that case, if you look at the original diagram, you can say that the perpendicular distance in this diagram is this one right here. This is the perpendicular distance, right? We'll use a thinner arrow. This is the perpendicular distance. Okay. So if I just draw it here, what is that perpendicular distance? It is this one, right? This is our D, and I'll just write that theta again. This is our theta, which was 120 degrees. Okay. Now, from this triangle, you can say that D is 10 sine 30 centimeters. Okay, this is centimeters. You should remember that. So that is simply 5 centimeters, or 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 meters. Okay. Now, let's calculate the magnitude of the electric field. Magnitude of electric field would be potential difference over perpendicular distance. And what is the potential difference between these two equipotential surfaces? It is 20 minus 10 divided by, what is the distance between them? It is 5 into 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, this is this many volts and this many meters. So this is going to be equal to 2000 this, I'm sorry, um, this right here is 10 over 5. 10 over 5 is 2, so 200, yes, correct, 200 volt per meter. That is the magnitude of electric field, and the angle with the positive x-axis is 120 degrees with the positive x-axis. Okay, so that right here is the answer. Okay, so that's the magnitude and electric direction of the electric field for the given equipotential surfaces. All right. Okay, now this is the problem 2 of finding electric field from the given equipotential surfaces. Now here we need to find the magnitude and direction of electric field for the spherical equipotential surfaces. Okay, so these are spherical equipotential surfaces. Now when you say, when if you know that these are spherical, you can imagine that the source is going to be a point charge. The field is due to a point charge. Now, if we just want to check if everything's right here, we know that for a point charge, for a point charge, what is the potential? Potential is given by kq over r. So you can also say that v into r is equal to kq, which should be a constant. Okay, now let's just check here. You can see that, let's name this surface as surface 1, this is surface 2, and this is surface 3. Okay, I'm going to check it. For surface 1, you can see that V into R is equal to potential is 60 times R is 10 centimeters. So I could write 0.1, which is equal to 6. Okay, I'm not writing any units here. Now, next for surface 2, V into R is going to be the potential is 30, and the distance from the center, you can clearly see that this particular point, or let's call this point O. Point O is the center of this spheres. Okay, now for the equipotential surface 2, you can see that the potential is 30 and the distance is 20 centimeters. So you could write it as 0.2, and this again is 6, and the third is VR is equal to, the potential is 20 and the distance from the center is 0.3. Again you get 6. So from this you can be sure that this is a point charge. Okay, now you're supposed to calculate the magnitude and direction of electric field, and you can clearly see that the potential is increasing as you move away from the charge. Potential is decreasing as you move away from the charge. So you can be sure that this particular charge is positive. Okay, so the electric field lines, the direction of electric field lines would be radial. This would be the direction of electric field lines. I'm just drawing 3 electric field lines here, and the arrows would be like this, radially outwards, and you can see that they are making 90 degrees with the equipotential surfaces. They're perpendicular to the equipotential surfaces, right? Now the next, so we've got the direction is radial, and the direction is radial, it's a radial field, radially outwards field, and the next point is finding the magnitude of this field. So just saying that find the magnitude of the electric field is incomplete, because it is not a uniform field and it is changing everywhere. So let's calculate the electric field at all the 3 equipotential surfaces. Okay, the field at electric field at surface 1, surface 2, and surface 3. Okay, so let's calculate that. Now to do that, what is the formula for electric field due to a point charge? It is kq over r square. Now from here you can say that kq can be written as vr, so this is equal to vr by r square, or simply it is v upon r. So that becomes easy, it is simply v upon r. So the electric field for the first equipotential at the first equipotential surface is going to be E is equal to V by R. What is the potential there? 60 by what is the distance from the center? It is 0.1. I'm writing it in SI units. So this is 600 volt per meter, right? For the second equipotential surface, again finding V over R, it would be 30 by 0.2, which is 30 by 0.2, which is, you can see, is 150 volt per meter. And for the third equipotential surface, I would say that E is equal to V over R. V is 20 volts by this distance is 0.3. I'll write 200 by 3 volt per meter. Now, and the direction of electric field is radially outwards. Okay, so that is the answer right there. Okay, so we just, in this video we just learned how to find the electric field if you are given the equipotential surface.